My name is Thandile Zwelibanzi. I'm a parent. I'm a photographer. I'm also a husband to my wife. I'm a kid to my parents. I'm also a friend to my friends. I'm cozy to Bakozi. In this project of Soul and Joy, I am a mentor, mentoring, I would say, the participants, that come to the project. We work with them. We work with them in terms of the technique. We work with them in terms of developing their own narrative and then also their ideas. We also work with them in terms of how the images are actually used, not just only photographing, but also the afterlife of after you've created the works, but also we are a team, but I'm part of that team of mentors, We are not necessarily teaching, but we are actually pouring the water so that the plant can grow, we are just putting a particle of a dust, in a desert, Over the past 10 years, the Of Soul and Joy project has developed photographers, I think in a very, very positive way, personally, It's my personal perspective based on the observation, that I've been looking at, Also looking at photographers, that came from this project, and also its impact, also on the students that are also participating in the program, be it they are still young, maybe starting to join the program, or maybe they have a year or two in the program, and also expanding it outside the school institution itself, It also plays a very huge role, in other photography communities, in also making those South African photographers or Of Soul and Joy photographers to be visible, in the outside world of us here in the school, So, and also it doesn't end there, It also pushes, to other community members, because sometimes not everyone can have access to this space, but there are also community projects that Of Soul and Joy does, and then going out, in outreach spaces, and then also developing those skills, giving people a voice, using photography that otherwise they wouldn't have had if Of Soul and Joy didn't take, part in that. As photographers, I think what we need is support, Support, of course, we can broaden it up, Support financially, but also support even from other structures, For example, even the community members we need support from. We also need support from other spaces and structures that use photography, because sometimes you would create some work, but then if you don't have other support, that work might just end up in bed, or under the bed, But then if there are certain structures that, are willing to engage and support us, then it will strengthen us, as photographers. But also, what we need most of them all is to understand what is our role, why we are doing what we are doing, because even if you don't have a support, but if you really, really believe in what you are doing, then I think you are in the right path, You need to know when yourself as an individual, okay, my role is important and necessary. So if when you believe in yourself and in what you are doing, I think many of the challenges, you will actually overcome, because the work also that we do is not only, for us, but it's also for the public. It's also serving the community that we are living in, those that we are photographing, It also becomes an archive for us, for the future generations also to understand, the environment and what was happening in a certain space. So that archival role also becomes more important, So if when you believe in you and in what you are doing, I think many other things will unfold. But I believe it's a role of photography in society. I think it's complex, because it is important, and the role of a photographer is actually, informing the community that we are staying in, about the environment, about certain issues that are happening. But also it becomes bigger than that, you know, because even back then, you know, we can't deny the history that we come from, you know, during the apartheid era. Even the art, even photography was used, you know. It was not only the politicians who were doing most of the work, even the photography, even the photographers themselves, they participated, you know. And also, it plays a very important role also even throughout our history, looking at our family albums, you know. We've been informed by images, you know, about our families, you know, about our history, you know, about other elements that otherwise, if photography was not there, we wouldn't know about, you know. So for me, I feel photography in a society, it's actually playing a very huge role, you know. But also it's important for us to know what kind of role are we talking about, or even the stories that we are talking about, you know. We are also responsible also of what we say about the community that we stay in.